Hello, hey, it's Mr. Mike, or more Mike, or Mike, or however you want to call it. I am making this video for my students who are studying Torah Trope, who are having trouble remembering what the symbols are and what trope tune goes with those symbols. So that's for them. But if anyone else can use this, you're welcome to use it. I hope it can help someone out. I'm going to start by giving the trope and the trope symbols and the trope information, but afterward I'm going to explain some of this stuff, and it's worth hanging on for that because it's useful information. But I'm going to start with the trope information, the tunes, because I know that you are probably just looking at this to get that. So here are those things. Now I'm going to be using solfege to teach this, which is the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, and I will explain a little bit about solfege afterward. So remember that there are 5 sets of symbols that will make up a majority of your work. If what you're looking for is one of the symbols that is not one of those 5, you should probably contact me directly. There are a total of 18 sets of symbols, so it can get a little complicated, but understand that these 5 symbols make up about 90% of the Torah. So these should cover a lot of the basics, and anything else you can contact me directly about, okay? So the first thing, and again for people that don't know me, I don't use the correct names for the trope symbols, because why should the kids have to learn something even more complicated in addition to 6 months of Torah Trope? I'm just using things like how they look, because it's a lot easier learning the things that how they look instead of learning what they're called. So the symbols are open parenthesis, close parenthesis, vertical line, which goes open parenthesis, mi, mi, so, close parentheses, so, so, la, do, so, mi, mi, so, fa, do. Oh, so a vertical line, mi, mi, so, fa, do. And then there's upside down wishbone, or open parenthesis, close parenthesis, right angle upside down wishbone, which goes mi, mi, so, 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 la, do, so, fa, re, do, so, open parenthesis, close parenthesis, right angle upside down wishbone. And then there's bird's beak apostrophe right angle vertical eyes. Bird's beak apostrophe right angle vertical eyes. La, la, do, fa, fa, do, la, la, so, la, do, so. Now those 3 symbol sets make up about 75 to 80% of the Torah. Another 10 to 15% are these 2. Backwards Z, open eye. Backwards Z, open eye. La, la, do, te, la, so, so, fa, mi, fa, so. Notice there's a te in there. That's chromatic solfege, which I will talk about in just a little second. And the other one is black diamond, which goes, and there's some right angles sometimes in front of that. So the right angles would be right angle, black diamond. In solfege, that would be mi, so, mi, do, la, sol, fa, mi, re. Okay, so now you've got those, the tropes, and you've got the stuff, and you notice I said it in solfege, so let me explain that a little bit. So first of all, why did I do this in solfege? Well, I did this in solfege because there is no correct set note to start on or to go with. It's really about, from where you start, making sure that you hit the right notes. Now, let me explain that a little bit. First of all, the good news is, since it's your bar or bat mitzvah, you get to set the tone for how high or low the pitches are. So you could sing open parenthesis, close parenthesis, vertical line. Or you could sing open parenthesis, close parenthesis, vertical line. Or you could sing open parentheses, close parentheses, vertical line. Or you could sing open parentheses, close parentheses, vertical line. Okay, probably not that one, but you could sing a lot of things like that. The key is making sure that your notes are the same after the lowest note, which we call do. The do is the, well, you know, if you're doing solfege, which is commonly called do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. We usually recognize our notes based on where the do is located. As long as your notes are the same distance from do, no matter what, then it doesn't matter where you start. Does that make sense? So if I start it here, do, then my mi and so should be do, mi, so, mi, do. If I start here, do, then my notes should be do, mi, so, mi, do. So if you go back now and you listen to the solfege, that should tell you where the notes are in relation to each other. Does that make sense? Okay, I hope it did. I'm just gonna, I know that by now your eyes are glazing over, and that's totally fine. Let me give you one other thing that's gonna help you, and I promise you should listen to this because it will actually help you understand your Torah portion, which is going to make it a lot easier to learn your Torah portion. So, in music, there's a basic concept called the tonic. That's the do that we talked about. And in music, especially a lot of old music, some of the newer music is sort of weird, but most of the old classical music that your parents make you want to listen to and your teachers want to make you listen to and you hate it, it uses the tonic as sort of a main note, as a period. It's a place where things end up. And it's easier to think of think of music as ending up in those places. You know, you think of it as notes as ending on the tonic or the do. So you think of songs that go like da 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 da, and do is the note. If you want to think of a song that actually works that way, you could think of Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. It ends on the do. Or you could think of the Shema. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Do. There's the do. So in music, this idea of the tonic, the do, serves the function of a period, the way a period is in a sentence. You know, it lets us know, oh, this general idea that we had is done. Well, in trope, there is a similar idea. And it is the set that involves open parentheses, close parentheses, vertical line. That serves as a period in a verse, which is why anytime you see that set of that symbols, open parentheses, close parentheses, vertical line, you know that you are at the end of a verse. That is its purpose, to tell you you're at the end of the verse, just like a period in a sentence. Now, again in music, there's something called a dominant, and it is usually centered around the note sol. You remember we talked about the solfege, and again, do, re, mi, fa, sol. So the so serves the purpose of a comma. You know, in a comma, you'll put a comma in the middle of a sentence to break it apart and to make it a little easier to digest the sentence. You'll have, you know, two basically similar ideas that you want to put in one sentence. You can stick a comma in the middle, and you can put them together. So you could say, for example, you know, I went to the store, and I bought jelly beans. You could put a comma after the word store. So I went to the store, comma, and I bought jelly beans. So that sort of breaks it up and makes it a little easier to use. In music, so serves that purpose. We were just talking about Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, do, re, mi, fa, sol. You see, it's the comma. How I wonder what you are, do. You should try this with some songs. It actually works. It works with, I'd say, 99% of songs you can think of. The so serves the place of a comma, and the do serves the place of a period. So, in trope, we have another trope set that serves the exact same function as the so. And that trope set is birds beak apostrophe. I'm sorry, it's not birds beak apostrophe. I will talk about that in a second. It's open parentheses, close parentheses, right angle, upside down wishbone. Now you will notice that upside down wishbone ends in so. That's on purpose. Someone thought of that. It's not a coincidence. So that will help you, because it'll help you understand that if you hear open parentheses, close parentheses, right angle, upside down wishbone, that means you are in the middle of a verse. And usually, just as with a comma, that verse is broken into two parts, with that thing being sort of around the center of that verse, so that the very end of the verse can be, what is it? The period? Open parentheses, close parentheses, vertical line. Now, sorry, I was just talking about bird's beak, apostrophe, right angle, vertical eyes. Now, in music, we have another thing which we call the subdominant. And a subdominant's job is sometimes to divide up music the way the comma does, or the way the dominant does, but usually it leads its way to the dominant so that you can find your way to the tonic. In the terms of solfege, the subdominant would be fa. So the goal of fa is to lead you to so that you can eventually be led to do. You follow me? So usually you'll hear songs that have that note in them, fa, do, re, mi, fa, and then you'll hear it lead to so, and then do, fa, so, do. You'll hear a lot of songs that have that sort of in the background. Now, again, it serves a function similar to a comma, but it's not as sharp as the comma. If you think of it like a comma, then it becomes easier to think of the so, or the dominant, or your upside down wishbone as a semicolon. If you know, a semicolon is used to divide things up when there are commas, and you want to say, okay, this group of things uses a comma, but there's this other group of things that use a comma, and we want to use something in between that's a little more clearly between a comma and a period. That's the semicolon. So it sort of serves that function. Are you bored now? Are you bored? Are you still awake? Okay, good. Okay, hold on with me, because this is interesting. It is. Well, to me it is. Okay, so in our trope sets, the right angle vertical eyes, the vertical eyes concept, is in there, is the subdominant thing. It serves that purpose. So you have that bird's beak, apostrophe, right angle, vertical eyes. And because it serves the role of the subdominant, a lot of times you will see it leading, right? You'll see it leading to the dominant, which is, what is that again? Open parentheses, close parentheses, right angle, upside down wishbone, which of course leads us to open parentheses, close parentheses, vertical line. Now, sometimes you will see you will see bird's beak, apostrophe, right angle, vertical eyes, open parentheses, close parentheses, vertical line. But it's not as common. It's not as common because generally you want the subdominant to lead to the dominant to lead to the tonic. All right? Now, if your eyes have glazed over, here's the part where you can start paying attention again, because I'm going to review everything that I just said. Okay? So, in music, we have a concept called a subdominant, a dominant, and a tonic. Those are usually attached to the notes fa, so, and do in solfege. Fa, so, do, re, mi, fa, so, do. And their purpose, the purpose of the subdominant, is to lead you to the dominant, and the purpose of the dominant is to lead you to the tonic. And in exactly the same way, in our trope symbols, in our verses, when we are chanting the Torah, the purpose of open parentheses, close parentheses, upside down wishbone, is to lead you to open parentheses, close parentheses, vertical line. And the purpose of bird's beak, apostrophe, right angle, vertical eyes, is to lead you to open parentheses, close parentheses, right angle, upside down wishbone. So, remember that. If you're having trouble remembering what is the next group of notes to come in a sequence, if you have just sung the subdominant, which is what? Bird's beak, apostrophe, right angle, vertical eyes, then you might be about to start going open parentheses, close parentheses, upside down wishbone, and then you might be starting to go open parentheses, close parentheses, vertical line. Okay, so I've been talking about her about 15 minutes now, so now's the time to go study. study hard. Call me if you have any questions, or email me if you have any questions, or send me a message if you have any questions. Send me a carrier pigeon. I don't care. Just make sure I know, because I'm happy to answer those questions. And I'll see you soon. Good luck.